Through just research, we found out they'll pick up a short log, maybe 3 or 4 inches across, and beat on a tree. And it's just a warning that you're in their territory and get the hell out. If we do hear those warnings, we're not running. We're going to stand our ground.
Oh, well, it's a great statement. And that's them beating on the tree, by the way, not the Grassman. They're trying to
of course.
summon Grassman. Who could be called Tree Man.
knocks.
Wait, so
Tree
just
knocks.
hitting trees is supposed to attract him?
Yeah, it's tree knocking.
Oh.
Yeah, tree knocking. He gets mad that you're in his grasslands. And
Who's
you're getting
knocking
close
on
to
my
his brushy
trees?
igloo.
Yeah.
Do you think he gets confused when he's like he hears the knocking and he's like, wait, I live here. Like,
Wait, I'm the guy
Hello?
who knocks.
yeah, who is knocking at me? Because that's my job. Like,
Yeah.
what is going on here?
It has to suck. Yeah, Grassman is probably going to be very annoyed at this, but maybe now things will actually start happening.
Listen. What the hell? What the hell's going on? What was it?
I don't know. Something come off that hill, throwed off.
Throw the log at us. Where'd it come from? Where'd it come from?
Just right up on top of the
right
bank,
up there.
Trapper.
Whoa.
Whoa. Hey, guys, stay tight.
That's close, Trapper. That's way too close.
Check this way. Right there. That's
It has to be right up there. And it's not working.
right there. Look, it's throwing.
Trapper, this ain't a good situation.
No,
Ain't a good situation.
Got a bad feeling about this. Huckleberry's kind of scared. He's their security guy, and he's saying that.
Oh, yikes. I guess that's...
It's not a
Yeah,
good sign.
They all had a lot of learning to do
got-
at this point.
Yeah, and they did have some yelling. Maybe Rob later add those noises in from that Bigfoot competition. Maybe compare them. But as you can hear, things are getting crazy now. But we're gonna get tripped up with some more word meanings, unfortunately.
Every time we come out on these night investigations, I feel like it's a suicide mission.
Right up on top of the bank, Trapper.
We got down there and started working away at the creek bed, and then all of a sudden a big log comes rolling over the top of the hill and almost hits us.
Oh, Trapper, this ain't a good situation.
I was on point, and the first thing probably 10 feet out in front of me, a log, probably 12 inches in diameter and 20 foot long, just came flying over the creek bank and landed in the rocks right in front of me.
Right, is it creek or crick?
Oh.
I mean, we're getting more. This is another shanty stand situation already.
Well,
It's the crick
yeah,
bed.
they're both
Crick
right.
bed.
This one, in this case, it's definitely a crick bed. It's crick. But if it was
Well,
out here
you know,
in California, you'd be wrong.
I mean, there is a little debate on how some things are said and what things are called amongst these guys here. They don't all seem to be on the same page. Maybe they're not all from Ohio. They're West Virginia guys,
Yeah,
right?
when in West Virginia and when in Ohio, like, it's okay. Let people say it the way they want to say it. You're trying to start some, like, wars here. You're trying to start some fights.
I'm not. They're starting this. If one guy says it fell in the creek, and then the guy goes, yeah, he's right. It just definitely fell in that creek. And he has to look at him like,
Bringing up you get bringing up cricks. You're bringing up pop. You were just trying to
He's
you're trying to
instigating
rile them
some
up
stuff.
out there. You're trying to rile them all up.
Yeah, because if I was over
Brushy
there,
igloos.
I would just say creek. I'm not going to change how I say things, but if I thought that they were going to get mad, then I might just be like, oh, let me just call it a crick. Fine, it's not a big deal.
well, I mean, no matter how stupid any of this sounds, they are looking for a thing called Grassman, the Grassman.
Yes.
So, but unfortunately, yeah, he may be Grassman, but they might not admit it, but they are scared. Now let's see, because they're getting scared. Let's see how they can tactfully leave this situation.
I thought we should do a tactical retreat across the creek to get to the other side, and maybe couldn't throw this big log. That's
Buck down.
Oh shit!
right in there. Come on, let's go. Let's go. Hustle, hustle. You okay, Buck?
Yeah.
Oh, Buck's down. All right, you
Buck
heard
down.
it. Buck fell in the creek. Congratulations, Rob. Congratulations, Brendan. You both predicted that someone would get wet, and that would be Buck.
Well,
man,
I
I
don't.
knew
I
it.
don't think that I was wrong.
How's that feel, Rob? Rob, does that get you wet to hear that?
Oh man, you know how I feel right now?
I'm a wet huckleberry.
Hell yeah!
All right, hell yeah. Well,
That means I
that
win
means
too.
Drea wins too.
Yeah.
Because Drea predicted Rob would get wet. Good job, all three of you. Good job.
Yay!
You're all tied at 1. But let's hear what the hell happened there, Buck. Are you okay?
Turned around and Buck's bobbling in the water.
He went clear under.
There was something up on the hill throwing rocks at us and logs and everything else. And we had to hurry up and get out of there. Went across the creek, hit a slick rock, and hit another rock, and now I'm soaked. It's snowing. I'm a little pissed off.
We did exactly what we wanted to do.
Oh.
We did. We got Buck embarrassed. It's exactly what we wanted to do. Poor Buck. This is like something that would happen to a rookie, right? He's running down the creek. It's too slick. He falls. He's wet. Everyone's just clowning him.
Yeah, slick cricks do that. That's kind of like they're hazing him.
Let's not forget what Buck looks like. Just for anybody who maybe forgot from the last time we covered mountain monsters.
Yeah, Buck's a big boy.
That's why I predicted he'd get wet, because he sweats so much.
Oh,
that's true.
Yeah, he was wet before they got out of the truck.
Yeah,
Maybe
true.
that wasn't fair.
Well, in that case, all of them are probably
always,
wet.
He's always wet, technically, Buck.
He's a shiny
spoilers
boy.
for later, but one guy's going out of his way to stay dry, as we're going to find out. But but it kind of fails later. But the first investigation is over. That's it. They did their tactical retreat, and Buck fell over. But Buck has some final thoughts about all this.
We pulled him out into the open.
But I'm ready to tear into him. I'm a husky ninja. I'm going to wear him out. That's the first time I poured water out of the barrel again.
This was a good investigation, but I'm soaking wet. I'm going to strategize on how I'm going to kick that grassman right in the crotch. Grassman's an
Oh,
my
shit.
God.
All right, before we say it, hit that soundboard clip right there. We got a new one.
on how I'm going to kick that grassman right in the crotch. Grassman's an
All
That's
right.
an asshole. All right, that's a double. Brendan, I'm actually going to give you points. You said grasshole. He said grassman's an asshole. You put that together, you got grasshole. Rob,
Yeah.
he said he wants to kick him in the crotch. I'm counting balls for that.
I can't believe I got it. That's crazy.
Dre, you said kick him in the grass. I don't know. We'll get
It
back
counts.
to that.
Oh, come on. And also,
right, I'll
I'm
give
the
it
one
to
who
you,
said
too.
grasshole first, but that's okay.
You're right. You all scored again. Congratulations. Somehow saying grass, grasshole, and balls all get you for this because the new soundboard clip, Buck says this.
on how I'm going to kick that grassman right in the crotch. Grassman's an
Grassman's an asshole, too, by the way.
I do like that they said in the crotch. They're focused on kicking the grassman in the crotch, and I'm curious as to how grassy it would be in there. It wouldn't hurt him that much. I would think he's got a lot of padding.
Why did he call him an asshole at the end?
Because he is. Have you
'Cause
met
he's
him?
throwing
He
rocks
sounds
at
like an
him.
asshole.
He's just trying. Buck is just trying to go out there and shoot him in the face. How dare he throw rocks at him? It's
Friggin'
not.
asshole.
Goddamn asshole! Won't let me kill him. We can be done with this thing who's never messed with anyone in 150 years.
Sure enough, man.
But, this team, it's been seeming small. We're missing some of our favorites. Time to meet with Willie the Trap Builder, who is going to build for them a big hole in the ground. That's it. I didn't pull any clips. That's what he does. He says he wants to just go build a big hole in the ground, and they're like, yeah, Grassman, he would probably fall in a hole. That makes sense, right?
It makes sense so far.
This is only the second episode. There's more complex traps that come later, I'm sure. But for now, just a big hole in the ground. That'll do.
Yeah, I mean, everybody falls for the hole in the ground trick at least once. I'm sure Grassman.
I definitely have I've fallen for that a couple of times.
Classic Looney Tunes, classic Wile E. Coyote.
It's not an interdimensional psychic creature. It can't fly. It's nothing but just dig a hole. It'll fall in it. It's fine. But now the guys go, and they have to meet with another witness named Moon. Oh, yeah. Here he is. Here he is. M-O-O-N.
That judgy moon.
M-O-O-N. Moon.
Howdy, fellas.
Howdy. Trapper. Moon. That's
Nice
a
to
good
meet
name.
you. Thank you.
That's easy to remember.
Nice to meet you.
Moon, we're here doing an investigation on the Grassman. You know what I'm talking about?
Yes, sir, I do.
Jeff tells me you have a sighting.
I've got a story to tell. Yeah.
Okay, good.
I was camped out, and it was about 1, 2 o'clock in the morning, and heard something screaming up in the woods.
Scream.
Yes. It sure did make my butt pucker.
Wow. Very graphic.
So that's Moon. Moon has heard screaming, and as you heard it, that it made his butt pucker. I don't think, is that even, I didn't clip it. That's, I don't know if butt pucker.
Oh
If
my
you guys
God.
want butt pucker on the soundboard, I don't know.
can't
put
believe
it
you
in.
did not put that. That's an automatic top of the list. Like that goes to the front immediately.
Yeah,
Butt
that is
pucker
definitely, that deserves it. Wait, where is it?
That clip made my butt pucker.
Hold on. I might have to just do it on the fly here.
Yes. It sure did make my butt pucker.
that's the best. That's the best clip of the freaking
All
show
right.
so far.
I've actually
must have been
heard
in
that
some
a
kind
lot
of-
ghost hunting. I've heard a lot of people say, "Oh man, that made my butt pucker."
Maybe that's just what ghosts do.
Well, that's an
Supernatural
Ohio thing,
butt
then.
pucker.
All right. Hey, let's thank Grassman for that. We got some Grassman's an asshole. We got butt pucker. This is the well that keeps giving tonight. I kind of like this. But other than this is guy Moon, he wasn't really that interested besides saying butt pucker, which is classic. But he tells them all that the Grassman jumped 15 feet into the creek and swam across it. So this Grassman can jump very high. It can swim. He's huge. He can make your butt pucker. He's an asshole. He's got a lot of negatives so far in this. He's just,
So if they're digging a hole, it better be like 20 feet deep then.
I think he does like 12 by 8 by 8, and they get into the measurements. I don't think they go 20. But that was it actually for Moon. Now they go back, he just told them, he jumps over water. And they're like, wow, did that make your butt pucker? And he's like, not as much as before, a little less, but he never says it again.
It did make my butt pucker.
That's my favorite clip. No.
Rob's on it. I love it. But they go back to Willie, the guy, he's digging a hole, and he got to start digging the hole. But he does it alone. Remember Wild Bill was there to help earlier in the Psychic Bigfoot. He had a helper if you're gonna dig a big hole. It's nice to have a help, but he's got no help. He's by himself. Let's hear about Willie.
So this pit trap is going to be bigger than one I've ever built in my life. It's going to be 12 foot by 8 foot by 8 foot, 768 cubic feet of dirt, and I'm going to put it right in the middle of this Grassman's trail. When it comes to Grassman, his ass is mine.
Ooh.
His ass, his crotch, these guys, what is going on? There was some weird thing going on with
Grass
Grass.
everywhere. I can imagine.
His grass is mine.
Your grass is grass. Wait.
Really, Buck specifies his crotch. He doesn't just say, I'm gonna kick. He's like, I'll give it to Trapper. We'll say we're gonna go kick him in the teeth. And Buck's like, I'm a rookie. I'm just gonna go kick him in his crotch. He's an asshole. And he's like, I'm just gonna get his ass. I'm just here to trap the grass. The grass.
If they don't have
Ass
if one of them doesn't say I don't speak Spanish, but I'm gonna kick him in his grassy ass. If one of them doesn't say that, doesn't say that, then they're just missing the
And you're
opportunity.
welcome.
Dude, Drea's there. You gotta cut this out.
Hey,
That's
I
not
enjoyed
fucked
it.
up.
I loved it. Bring it on.
Look, I'll just go on. Look, even though Wild Bill isn't there, sadly, Willie does feel like he's not alone. I mean, I'm not talking about the cameraman that's with him, but Willie feels like he is not alone digging his hole.
Try to get the Grassman to jump over and fall into the pit trap. But I get this weird feeling that there's something out there just watching me, looking down over this mountain, down on top of me. What the hell was that? Every once in a while, I would look up and I would get a glimpse. Something moving through the trees, not a good visual, something very, very eerie in these woods right here. Usually I stay and work out throughout the whole night and finish out whatever trap I'm, but there's no way I'm staying after dark tonight.
Yeah, he doesn't have Wild Bill with him. You don't want to sleep there alone with Grassman. They're trying to show footage where it looks like Grassman peeking out from trees while
Not
he's
from
digging
behind
this
grass.
hole.
So this
It's
grass
weird.
man is actually comfortable with trees. So he could be a tree man.
Here is Sasquatch peeking out from behind a bush.
Yeah, exactly. If
There
he's
he
really a
was. That's what he
Sasquatch,
was
he'd
doing.
be fine with the
Yeah.
trees, and he wouldn't be called a grass man. He'd just be called a Sasquatch.
Or
a grass squatch.
See, that's such a
Grass
better
squatch.
name. That's such a better
I
name. A grass
agree.
squatch?
Much.
Yeah, I like that.
What are we 30 minutes into this episode and I coined the term grass squatch?
Yeah.
It's probably never been done. Thanks. You're welcome, Ohio. All right. Well, now they meet up with an outdoorsman. So we've had hunters. No one really professional. Now we're meeting up with an outdoorsman, and his name isn't Moon. His name is Tim, who one time saw a big old footprint. That's
My God.
why he's here. He saw a big old footprint. Look, he's not the most remarkable guy, but he does clear something up from earlier. Let's hear.
We hear you have some interesting stuff on the Ohio Grassman.
I do, man. I was actually out scouting and on some ginseng, and I just run up on these prints that actually look like somebody running maybe barefoot or something. And then I come up on this one print that was just phenomenal. Wow. I do a lot of hunting, a lot of ginsenging, and I'm always in the